Hello, gorgeous manifestors. How are you, my darlings? Today, I am coming to you live from the Dominican Republic, hence the slightly different backdrop. And as some of you may have seen, a couple of days ago, I was really guided by Sarah and my non-physical team to come on and talk to you about awakening. And as ever, I am here to demystify all things to do around manifesting and law of attraction and vibrational mastery. My passion is to help hundreds of millions globally to master the art of manifesting and to become truly limitless, deliberate co-creators and to manifest limitless, expansive lives for themselves. So this is what I'm here to do. And I've been running Mastering the Art of Manifesting now for nearly 3 years. It will be 3 years on the 1st of May. And oh my goodness, what a journey it has been. And as some of you probably already know, over the last year or so, I have been moving through an awakening, which is something I never, ever thought I would hear myself say, ever. So again, this is why I'm passionate about demystifying this, because if someone had spoken to me about an awakening 3 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, whatever, that sounds a bit weird, it sounds a bit spiritual, I don't really feel I can get my energy behind that, it sounds a bit weird. And also, isn't that only something that people like Buddha can achieve? Or, you know, Eckhart Tolle, I think is how you pronounce his name. Isn't that only accessible to a select few people? Don't you have to be chosen? Don't you have to be really special? And what I've learned is over the last year on this crazy, awesome, expansive, completely life-changing journey of going through an awakening, is that it is accessible to each and every single person on the planet. So think here what I always say about how law of attraction works for every single person on the planet. Everything I teach, I'm being guided to tell you, is applicable to every single person on the planet. So in the same way, what I'm about to talk to you about today in terms of awakening, every single person can do it. You don't have to just be a Buddha. You don't have to be really kind of woo-woo if you've got some, I don't know, like I used to have, I'll talk very openly, I used to kind of think, you know, some things were a bit too woo-woo or a bit too spiritual. And that was one of the reasons when I started Mastering the Art of Manifesting, I wanted to demystify it, because I wanted to show that law of attraction could work for everybody. You didn't have to be someone that meditated for 20 hours a day and had loads of crystals and hug trees and all that kind of stuff. I really wanted to demystify it. And so this is what I wanted to talk to you about today with the awakening. And so, okay, so my story, for those of you that don't know it, is that I have followed the teachings of Ask and It Is Given and Esther and Jerry Hicks for years. I've been coaching Mastering the Art of Manifesting since May 2017. My journey was really expansive and really rapid. So I mastered money manifesting. There was a real turning point, and all types of manifesting. I mastered it really quickly and expanded so rapidly throughout 2017, 2018. And then what happened was I hit a bit of an expansion ceiling. And at the time, I didn't really know what that was, what it meant, what was going on. But basically, everything that I had taught up until a few months ago was all about your transitional vibrations. So my books talk about this as well, how to shift your transitional vibration, which is your day-to-day vibration in the moment. So all of the tools in my book tackle transitional vibration, as indeed the teachings of Esther and Jerry Hicks and Ask and It Is Given through Abraham, okay? All about how to pivot your energy, pivot your vibration, tools to help you feel good and to heighten your vibration, but in a transitional day-to-day way. But what I realized was, yes, I manifested rapidly through shifting my transitional vibration, but actually I hadn't done any work on my stored vibration. And this is something I didn't even know existed. But as many of you know, I've been lucky enough to work closely with Olivia and Raf Okanya from Fifth Dimension Earth, who have a life-changing book that was released last summer called Believe. If you want to check them out, and I encourage every one of you to do so, their website is fifthdimensionearth.com with the number 5 and the TH, fifthdimensionearth.com, and you'll see the link to their book. And they are now also able to receive Abraham, as well as lots of other awesome non-physical entities. They've got a huge non-physical team. And they have brought out brand new leading edge insight that really supplements and goes, evolves beyond what Esther, the incredible work Esther and Jerry have brought forward. And what they're teaching is how to tackle your stored vibration as well as your transitional. So now all of a sudden you are able to start releasing low stored vibration that's going on in you, okay, not just your transitional. And what this does, it opens you up to awesomeness. And this is basically what the awakening that they are teaching through their leading edge process, which is called the believe releasing process, is about releasing the low stored vibration in your body in tandem with doing all the transitional vibration work. And okay, so an awakening is about releasing the low stored vibration. And I think for me, just speaking really openly from the heart as well, I used to hear stories of people that said they'd been through an awakening, but sometimes it never fully resonated. I felt that there was still more, and probably that was innate guidance from my higher self, Sarah, and my non-physical team, that actually there was more to it. And with the believe releasing process, when you're releasing the low stored vibration, you can get to a point where you shift it entirely out of your body. So you literally, you clean your body out of low stored vibration. So you can become, if you want to be, 100% high vibrational in your stored vibration. Add that to an incredibly high transitional vibration. You are opening yourself up to the multiverse, the universe, the multiverse, and to incredible vibrational mastery where you have no fear. Yes, you will still experience contrast, but you can disempower it much faster in the moment. And I think what I've learned through following this process, because I started at the beginning of February last year, so I've sort of been going for just over a year now, and on average with their process, an awakening takes between 12 to 18 months. There's no other process on the planet that is as powerful or as rapid. People spend their whole lifetimes trying to clear themselves from fear. This is brand new, leading edge insight that enables everyone, should they want it, to awaken really rapidly and fully. The word being fully here, okay? So I'm still going through the releasing process, but my vibration has shifted ginormously. My stored vibration during this time has shifted ginormously. When I started this process, my stored vibration, only 37% of it was high. The rest of my stored vibration was low. And what I've been able to do is, since moving through this process, is increase that percentage. And the last I heard, last August, when I checked in, I had shifted from 37% to 86%. And I'm definitely going to be way up in the 90s now, approaching the 100s. Okay. And okay, what does this mean for your manifesting? Why is this the next logical step for all of those that are passionate about manifesting? Okay, this is the next logical step because, oh my goodness, now when I can really get my energy behind something I want to manifest, it comes in like that. It is really powerful. I can become very specific with my manifesting now. So put a really specific request in, and what will happen is the universe and my non-physical team will show me what needs to be cleared, any low vibration I need to release that's blocking that manifestation coming through. So this is really top line. I'm not going to go into all the detail of it here, but just to give you a taster of how going through an awakening is going to literally rocket fuel your manifesting. And everything I've always coached is about rocket fueling your manifesting. So your vibration is going to become higher than it's ever been. So if you think how powerful a manifestor I was before, when only 37% of my stored vibration was high, I was manifesting, a multiple six-figure income. I was literally just commanding universal energies left, right, and center. Imagine that, and now with a really high stored vibration. I am I'm being told to say, one of the highest vibrational people on the planet at this moment in time. But there's nothing different between me and you. The only difference is I started a year ago, and I've been one of the, the first to actually start moving through this process. So this is possible for all. This is what I really want you to understand. Just because I'm passionate about law of attraction doesn't mean that it's easier for me or it's any different for me. This process works for all, should you want to go down that route. And many of you will have seen me talking about my higher self and my non-physical team. Again, if you had said this to me 2 or 3 years ago, it would have been like, whatever, that's really weird. I'm here to demystify law of attraction. That sounds weird. But what I've learned is everybody has a higher self, and where Esther and Jerry Hicks used to talk about source energy, the new insight from Fifth Dimension Earth is that your higher self is that source energy. So you would have heard Esther and Jerry Hicks. I know the vast majority of people that follow my work are into the teachings that they put out into the world, and the teachings from Abraham, who is the collective consciousness that they channel. What was I saying? I've literally just lost my train of thought. Let me come back to what I was just saying. So yes, so we all have an inner being. They talk about having your inner being and how the source energy, your inner being is the extension of source energy. Actually, your inner being is the extension of your higher self, and everybody has a higher self. And as you start to tune to them more and more and more, which is something we focused on in my manifesting membership last month, they are literally here to guide you. So again, this, where I talk about in the past, in my previous courses and my books, about following the nudges and the guidance you're getting, that's not just coming from the universe, that's coming from your higher self, and often from your whole non-physical team that are accessible through your higher self, okay? So my higher self is called Sarah. She is phenomenal, as all of our higher selves are. Your higher self is here only ever loving you and guiding you. No matter what you think you have or haven't done, your higher self only ever has love for you. And they are your infinite intelligence, if you like. And so to start working with your higher self, again, is going to heighten and ramp up your manifesting mastery. And so your higher self is a really powerful, essential part of going through an awakening, because they will start to highlight to you where the low stored vibration is in your experience, so that you can release it. And I think what I also want to say here about this is that I didn't realize I had the level of low vibration that I had. And there's a lot of people that I know that are going through this awakening process as well alongside me. And I think everyone would agree with that. I was such a powerful manifester. I felt really happy and fulfilled and aligned in my transitional vibration, but I didn't know about the low stored vibration. And over the last year, what Sarah, my higher self, has been highlighting for me so I can release it, I didn't even know was in my body. And this is the same with all of us. We all carry low stored vibration that you just don't know is there. And what happens is, as you start to release this low vibration, yes, you become a more powerful manifester. Yes, you can open up to the universe and your non-physical team, which I'll tell you a bit more about in a minute, but also your body starts to self-heal and regenerate, because when you see kind of older people and they're a bit more hunched over, that's the impact of low vibration. And as you start to shift that low stored vibration out, your body starts to regenerate. I'm getting lots of comments from friends at the minute that my skin looks amazing and I look younger and I just look really well. And that's because my body is now almost clear of all of this low stored vibration that had been in it for 40 years. And this is the thing, this work, if you choose to do it, you can shift out this low stored vibration on a permanent basis. I can feel work going on in my leg at the minute, for example, which is Sarah and my non-physical team repairing ligaments and muscles and tendons in my leg where I've had issues for years. They're now doing that for me. It's incredible. So that's another perk of going through the awakening process. But back to your non-physical team. This is really, really awesome. So we all have a non-physical team. And again, these link in with the teachings from Esther and Jerry Hicks, who talk about how non-physical are always focused upon you and loving you and there with you the entire time. And actually, this is your higher self and your broader non-physical team. And so, again, this is something I want to really demystify. And I get that for some people, this may sound a bit out there, because it would have done for me 2 or 3 years ago. It would have been like, that's really weird. But actually, you have a whole non-physical team that are here specifically to help you excel and expand in whatever you've chosen in your soul contract. And that's going to be stuff that excites you and you're really passionate about. So for me, I'm passionate about law of attraction. Therefore, it's no coincidence that Sarah, my higher self, has worked really closely with the Abraham Collective Consciousness for millions of years. She has a collective herself, thousands in the Sarah Collective, all with a leaning towards the law of attraction. And the non-physical entities on my non-physical team, many of them have a leaning towards law of attraction. And a new guide came through for me a couple of days ago, literally when I was lying by the pool on holiday. Gary Hicks, again, one of the first guides that I'm able to now access because I've shifted out the low stored vibration. And he's actually here with me now to make this message relatable, because we're here to demystify this, okay? Awakening is the next logical step for you to rocket fuel and expand your manifesting. And I've been putting a lot of posts on Facebook recently and on my social media channels, literally saying this is going to be the most powerful manifesting tribe on the planet. And I don't say those words lightly, but this is what I'm here to do, is to help as many people on the planet as possible awaken, access their whole broader non-physical teams, access what is available to us all in the multiverse that we are learning more and more and more about all the time through the teachings of Fifth Dimension Earth. This is what I want to inspire you all to move towards if you're called to do it, okay? As I've always been with law of attraction, I've always been, you know, very much wanting to show you what's possible and inspire you and give you the hope that it's possible for you. It's the same with going through an awakening. It's accessible to each and every one of you. And honestly, it's so exciting what is going on for me at the minute, and I'm still going through the releasing process and the awakening. But as you know, you're getting a sense of the non-physical that I have access to already. There's thousands more on my non-physical team that I don't even know who they are yet. But oh my goodness, the excitement in discovering them and knowing that they're here to guide you and knowing that you're never, ever alone. It is just the most amazing, amazing journey, and it is completely normal and accessible to each and every person. And I think here at Mastering the Art of Manifesting, we are at the leading edge of the leading edge. As I always say, words I've always received from Sarah, my higher self, we are at the leading edge of the leading edge. And so for those of you that are following my work, open your mind to this, as I know so many of you will, because there's only ever love behind this. My team and I are here to help all of you become limitless. And so for those of you that are really passionate about manifesting mastery, really passionate about becoming powerful commanders of universal and multiversal energies, know this is accessible to each and every one of you. Okay, so how to start with the believe releasing process? Probably some of you have sat here going, yeah, awesome, but how do we begin? So the first thing is definitely get the book Believe from Fifth Dimension Earth. So their website, again, just to reconfirm, is www.fifthdimensionearth.com, number 5 and the TH for fifth, fifthdimensionearth.com. Get their book Believe. That guides you through the releasing process. It's also something I'm coaching to virtually all of my one-to-one clients at the moment. So if you're looking for some one-to-one guidance around it, feel free to reach out to me. It's something I'm coaching. And just start. You don't need me. You can start with the book, but get that book. If you haven't already got the book, I've got a real kind of, again, can feel the team coming through me now. If you haven't got the book, get that book. That is the first thing to do, is get that book. Even I'm being told, if you don't pick it up straight away and start reading it, get it. When I was given Ask and It Is Given from my beautiful sister, I didn't pick that book up for a few months, but I had it. The book, she gave it to me. It was in my energy field. And then I was suddenly drawn to pick it up one day. And that's when everything shifted for me. I was like, oh, wow, this is what's missing. This is what is missing. This is the secret to life that most people aren't accessing. So even if you're not intending to read it straight away, get it, because then you've put the energy out there. And start tuning to your higher self now if you want to, even if you don't want to start the full awakening and releasing process straight away. Start tuning to your higher self. So in my manifesting membership, last month I put a higher self connection practice in there. I did a whole tutorial around different ways you can connect to your higher self. That's also talked about in the Believe book as well, so you can do either of those things. But start noticing your higher self around you. And where over the last 2 or 3 years I've talked about universal guidance and nudges, start acknowledging and understanding and loving the fact that is coming from your precious, precious higher self. Okay. I'm being guided to come on and do a live about higher selves, actually. So I will do that soon as well, just to give you a bit more insight into who your higher self is. And actually, I'm being told to give you a bit of guidance about how you may want to start connecting to them as well. So again, as and when I get the go ahead fully from the team, I'll come on and talk about that. But in the meantime, I guess the message for today is be open to this. This is where I want to invite all of you to come along. This is the journey I'm going on, and I'm very much passionate about bringing all of you with me should you want it. I'm never about forcing, but if this feels exciting for you, this is where I'm going. And a real kind of strong messaging from my team at the moment that I'm not here just to create average manifestors. We're not here to do that. We are here to create limitless, miraculous, awesome, incredible, wondrous, commanders of universal energies. We're not here just to teach you how to manifest £1,000 or a luxury holiday. We're not here to do that. We are here to set you free. We are here to help lead in this awakening. And we're part of a really exciting time at the minute on planet Earth. We are here to help shift human consciousness from the 4th dimension into the 5th dimension, hence the teachings from 5th dimension Earth. And how do we get there? We awaken. We awaken. And so be excited for this. Even if this isn't something, like I say, you want to go into straight away, just be open to it, because I'm here to demystify this. This is going to become mainstream. You're going to see this happen over the coming years, more and more and more people. So why not be one of the first? Why not start this process now alongside me if it excites you? Okay. And I'm just getting, for some of you, there is, of course, a bit of a sense of fear because it's the unknown. So there's so much support out there for you, is what I'm being told to say as well. So if some of you don't know where to start, my manifesting membership, a really low cost way to kind of get some close guidance from me every month, is a brilliant place to be. Virtually everybody in the manifesting membership now are moving through the releasing process and the awakening. So that's a really lovely space to be. Obviously, you've got this page here, 5th Dimension Earth, have a Facebook page as well. I know there's WhatsApp groups from clients of mine who have done my previous focuses around high self connection months that I did last year when I was kind of starting to put this out in a more public way. There's WhatsApp groups that you can join as well, where lots of people are going through the releasing process together. So even if you are living somewhere, I'm being specifically guided to say, so obviously some of you need to hear this, even if you're living somewhere and you don't have people physically or even online around you that are wanting to do this work, know that there is a real community and momentum building around this. Okay, so you're not on your own, regardless of the fact, obviously, of course, you've got your incredible non-physical team. There's lots of people following my work and following 5th Dimension Earth who are doing this. So there's a real community and movement and momentum building around this. And as ever, it's about being the change that we want to see. Okay, so know that by living and breathing this yourself, you're going to inspire so many other people to start doing this as well. And I know so many people that have been doing their releasing process and moving through their awakening, their friends and family are all really seeing these big shifts and big changes now. And it's not just day-to-day living, it's all of the non-physical shifts, all of the non-physical team and guides, and all of this wondrous multiversal magic that's now coming through people, and this is accessible to you. So it's not weird, it's not woo-woo, it is the next logical and progressive step for manifesting mastery. It's not just for a select few. If I can do it, as I've always said, I'm just being reminded to say this again, if I can do it, each and every person on the planet can do it. And myself and my team are here in the sidelines supporting you and loving you and wanting the best for you always. So why not get started? Okay, my darling. So I'm going to leave you with that message today. I love you so, so, so much. There will be another broadcast coming soon about your higher self. So listen out for that, watch out for that. But in the meantime, sending you huge vibrational hugs, and we love you more than you could ever know.